Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to your Team Fortress TV covering. We are bringing you back once again the 6v6 Autumn 2023 Premiership season. We are in week 3. Joining me today on the cast will be J-Max on production and Anti-Mation, or just Anti on the other microphone. How are you doing tonight? Are you looking forward to these games?
I'm doing good. It's been a bit of an interesting start to the season. Gamers in a bit of a reverse hibernation. Nobody wanted to play any games at the start. I think we saw 2, or was it 3 games before then? And Prem players, they've come out of their hidey holes. They've started to look on ETF2L. They've started to open servers and play some matches. So, good times.
Yeah, it's definitely been a slower start to the season, but we are seeing a couple of games starting to go on now, right? So this is a week 3 game for the 3.5 stars versus Garda. Actually, 3.5 stars have another game tomorrow, and they're playing their week 2 match as well. So a little bit of mixing around, but yeah, we will be. We'll be seeing this standard week 3 game. As I did say, this is going to be Garda versus 3.5 stars. So you got much to say about that, Anti?
Well, 3.5 stars obviously haven't been playing for a little bit of time. I think last game was back in season 39. As this roster, it was a kind of similar roster, but first game versus Mandem, they did really well. Or I guess it was a bit of Mandem choking out. They kind of got forced into Golden Cap twice in the last 5 or 6 minutes on both games. But they did pretty well, so I think really good start for them. So I'm looking forward to see them play again.
Yeah, bring it 3-3 to, that team that got third place, I believe it was last season. They were, favourites to potentially win it, but did lose out against another French roster. But as you say, yeah, this team of 3.5 stars, some, old school Frenchies coming back together, but on a little bit of different classes. So we are going to have that QB and Juxta scout combo. QB known for his demo man, especially the lock and load, but now it's gone. He's decided to go back to his kind of secondary class with scout and Juxta. Usually known for his medic, has also picked up the scout, but they have been a decent pairing thus far. Then we do have Raf returning from a while on Soldier, along with Scar, an underrated soldier. Deli, the carry, 6 and 9, back on Demo Man. Lovely to see that. And then Patchouli on Medic. If you wanted to quickly go over that 3.5 stars roster quick here, Anthony, before we start.
Yeah. Juxta, one of the
sorry,
best meds. Oh, you want me to go Garda?
It's Garda, sorry.
Oh. Either way, we are going live right now. Gamers finding their F4 keys. Gonna be rolling out on our first map, CP process. It's old comforts, I guess. I'm just watching Shappy roll out here. He doesn't have the greatest of times.
It looks like Deli gets there a lot faster onto this first middle. Some good control coming out from the Frenchies, but the health just looks a little bit better for Garda first. We'll see who strikes. Bud going in for a bomb along with Crick, see if they can find anything. There's a decent amount of damage, but no one going down initially. Raph trying to get onto Theos, but he manages to surf out very well there. Patchouli also looking pretty safe. Kills looking a lot better here for Garda. However, they are going to take this first mid. Patchouli is going to get out with QB, so it's going to probably be a last hold here unless they can manage to have, a valiant push out to second it, but I don't really see that happening.
That was some really nice bombs from the Garda soldiers there, getting one behind. And the whole of 3.5 stars didn't see him at all. He jumps in and it's carnage. Both soldiers dealing so much damage here, and that's gonna give Garda the mid. Silver lining, Patchouli gets out, then Uber all the way at 100%, so we're gonna have equal Ubers. Got Scar at the moment, just checking some off classes, and we've got an NG. Nothing off classy on Garda at the moment, but let's expect some sacks.
Yeah, I think they're just going to want to poke and prod. Good damage by Bud through 5 there. Scar gets taken down pretty low. It's going to manage to get out. This might get an opportunity. Some good damage into Demo Man. They do get the gun down. Bud is very stuck in here. However, he does send a scout in to try to get something. Probably wanted to go for that off-class. Manix does get taken down. Still no sentry gun. They can pressure here, but with Bud going down as well, that probably will hold their push. Nice little pick-up, though. It looks like they want to keep pushing this a little bit on this 3.5 stars roster. They've seen a bit of damage, but no. They're gonna bring it back to last. They want to play the safe game. They know they've got some time to play with here. How to bring this heavy up instead of a gun, though. This is a great position if you are Garda, because this stalemate usually quite hard to break when the gun is up.
That Deli got so low there, and he just baited in one of the Garda scouts, Menex, and then just the rest of Garda just falling one by one in that third stage. But it has stabilized, and it has allowed Menex to get onto Sniper as we see him take his first shot there. Gonna go for a second, but the stickies are just too powerful. The soldier in on Patchouli, he's gonna get the force there.
Yeah, that was really good, and all that chaos, they saw the perfect opportunity. I mean, Patchouli had to really do some movement to get Menex to not hit that shot, and I think they just saw the opportunity of the distraction in two just to send in that bomb. So Bud going down for that exchange, but that's well worth it. They're going to be absolutely nowhere near that Uber. They have to be careful of this Juxta sniper, but that's pretty much it. And Menex even going to go back to spawn to get up onto that scout, so they want that full cookie cutter push. For this last push onto process last. Can be a bit difficult sometimes. They can bunker up in that top area, but we'll see how they do here, Anton.
Yeah, some teams not deciding to switch off trying to use the sniper, but not Garda. Uber coming straight out, sentry down, and they've got a scout on the point. Look, so much cap time as soldiers get top left under control. Soldiers jumping in sync straight onto the combo. Big damage, medic down, Deli super low, scouts gonna walk on the point, and that's a round.
Yeah, great bomb there from Bud. He just got in, did a huge amount of damage, and really just secured them. It took them a while to get that gun because it was only Menex shooting it, but they got that down. They managed to get a kill on that top left. Bud had a lot of free space. He jumped to that right spawn and really just secured that push from them. So we'll see how this second mid goes. Does it look like we're going to be watching Shappy's rollout here? He's a little bit better this time. Gets some good damage onto Deli. He likes that aggressive rollout, but doesn't look like too much going to happen. Deli taken down quite low. If a soldier can get onto him, it's like really good. Really scared of his sliver of health here. Just being able to walk forward on Chappy. Does get taken down though.
Chappy down, that's going to be big, but Bud is behind again. He gets a lot of space, and the follow-up is just immense from Garda. Really taking control on these mid-fights.
I mean, just the absolute amount of space that was being able to take there by Shappy was just worth his death. I mean, he absolutely destroyed Deli from that entire fight, just made Patchouli have to focus the beam on him pretty much that whole time, and it just let the rest of their team just go so aggressive forward. So really well played by the rest of Garda to just follow up on that really good pressure. And good from Shappy to realize that his distraction was maybe worth his life here. We are going to be seeing a similar situation that we did see before. Ubers are going to be even on both sides. Medics did not go down, so we'll see if they can, make stuff happen twice. Garda seemed to be quite creative last time, managing to get onto that gun, so we'll see if they can do the same.
This is a bit of an odd one for me. I was really expecting 3.5 stars to do considerably better, to be dominant in this game, considering both teams playing against. Oh my goodness, the drop!
Yeah, Yalin just manages to get in there with the double bomb as well, and just the single bomb, sorry, and manages to drop that medic of Patchouli. Not something you usually see. You usually see these medics being able to stay in these situations and manage to just serve those ones out, but I guess just couldn't this time. We do have a spy of Juxta on the field, so this is a bit of a spooky one. See if Juxta can really get anything here. Is in position, gets bumped though. I think that might be the end of this this streak. Yeah, just have to run back to spawn those, and he is spotted.
Surely this is going to be a round. 3.5 stars, essentially one player down, full Uber disadvantage. Shappy jumping in. He's going to sticky off that right spawn door. And now we go for the rotate. We start looking at this left side. Can 3.5 stars do anything about the point presence? And the answer is no.
They're just not able to do anything. Without that Uber, they're playing this so well. Bud just got into heaven once more. Managed to deal with that heavy, take all the pressure off of his demo man. And they just are able to walk forward, get scouts on the point. And that is pretty clean around here. We're watching at Deli here on this rollout. We'll see if he can do a little bit better. He decides to go for that right side rollout, so mixing it up a bit. Has seen that he's getting pressured a lot when he's going fast by Shappy, so they want to take a bit slower, possibly take a rotate mid here, Anton.
Yeah, Soldier getting high in the air, looking for the big bomb, lands on a scout and can't really get anything else. But look at the health on 3.5 stars. It's so low. Soldiers both going down. Scouts really low as well. I don't know if 3.5 stars, if they want to stay, and that indecisiveness has got their medic, Patchouli, he's down. It's just QB and Juxta left take on the world.
Yeah, poor Patchouli was stuck in a rock and a hard place there, really. The two scouts just desperately wanted Bozo, wanted to get them out and hope they could stay in the fight, but they just kind of got run over. They had some really good initial pressure over that right-hand side, but everyone was just taken down so low that the demo man could kind of just spam. We saw that soldier was kind of sat up in the top little nest bit, waiting for an arrow, but just couldn't get one in time and got taken down. Everyone's health was so bad that eventually they just lost out. So Garda now going to be looking for a third round in less than 8 minutes here. So they're on a bit of a steamroll.
Yeah, it's been clinical from them. Really not expecting this form, sort of their form they had last season. But now Uber coming in straight onto the sentry. Sentry is down. Sticky's on the point yet to be cleared though. Scout trying to get some space. Bud and Raph having it coming together, but it's just going to end. And this is looking a lot better from 3.5 stars. Patchouli up still with the heavy in heaven, just blocking everything off. Although Scout on the point!
He just walks on it. No one can stand on the point. I don't know how that works. That's so cheeky of him. The heavy was trying his hardest to do all the damage. The demo man was trying to jump on the point. I think they both thought there's absolutely no way that we do not kill Menix before he gets in here. And now the momentum has to be on Garda's side so hard. After you lose a round like that, your mental has just got to be in the bin.
Trying this right mid again. Grit straight in onto Scar. You were talking about the mood, and I think it's going to be dire for 3.5 stars at the moment. Then again, 3 picks for Garda, 3 picks on Garda at the moment. It seems to have turned the other way. Raph looking for something at the moment, getting behind, straight onto the medic, 1 rocket. Fios surfing into lobby, but he can't quite get in there.
Lovely little surf at the end there, but there was just an overwhelming amount of players that Chase was on. They sent one fast through IT and then just got that bomb in behind on one before anyone could leave there. So this is looking nice for 3.5 stars there. They're going to be happy with this. They're going to have that full Uber advantage, so it's really going to be on them to try to make things happen. They do have a little bit of time here, though. I need to cap mid, finding that midpoint cap. Now onto the second point, so a little bit of downtime. It's going to be time to get that gun up on the side of Garda, so that can definitely slow things down a little bit, but with only 30% Uber on the Garda side, they're definitely not going to get for this push. They do come in straight away on 3.5 stars. Gun taken down. They have to rotate through spawn on the side of Garda. Lots of cap time coming out early, but the soldier bombs actually doing quite a lot. Deli and Scar both taken down. There's 2 plays down. Juxta as well. That's the flank scout. That should be 3.5 stars. Just escaping here. What a travesty.
Yeah, they had to use so early because they're going through 1, and there was nobody there. The gun even knocking back the combo a little bit. And by the time Uber had faded and there was a scout on point, just all of Garda were sitting left spawn, able to just shoot them. So really nicely played from Garda there, and maybe some mistakes at 3.5 stars. Start looking at mid.
Yeah, I mean, Uber's nearly even here, so if they do decide to come in on Garda here, it might be a bit of a mistake. Oh, but Scar going down is a juicy, juicy invite if I've ever seen one. Grit is coming back up. They're just trying to get these players buffed. It does look like they want to come in on Garda here, but they're going to have to contest with some very aggressive players here. A big bomb coming in from Grits. We'll see if he can get anything. No, decides just to fade. Take this space, take the slow game. The Ubers do come out here aggressively from Garda. They want to actually go behind. Potentially, no, they find the scout. Oh no, it's so messy now. There's no way Fios gets out of here alive, but Bud actually managed to do a great job of just separating the rest of the 3.5 stars players. And actually, it's huge now. Patchouli going down after getting those 2 early picks as well post-Uber. This has turned out so well from Garda. I don't know how they've managed it.
And normally you'd want to exchange on your pocket scout there, but unfortunately, exchanging on your demo, it was a little bit messy. Scout tried to stay out, and then the bombs, the re-aggression from Garda came in, and it was just really nice again. Really nice CF2 as Juxta ruins the party. Goes Sniper, decides Menex isn't allowed to play the game for at least the next 20 seconds. So we're going to see a last push soon, but not very soon.
I think they're pressuring for a force here. Raph comes in, manages to get Grix. This might be them just able to push in here if they put enough pressure. He even manages to survive for now, so the pressure coming out from 1, but they decide to pop the Uber. I don't know if that's exactly what they were hoping from 3.5 stars, because they've managed to lose 2 players here. I don't think we're really thinking about the position on the rest of the team. That sentry gun up, luckily, is doing a little bit, so it's going to be a bit more of a difficult push here, as you've got a couple of players rolling out that could normally kill that sentry gun. The engineer, he's just whacking away.
I was originally thinking, oh no, this isn't going to be great from Garda, and then it was. They got so many picks, and then it wasn't. I know, great casting, but this game, it keeps on turning. And whatever I think's going to happen doesn't seem to happen. Bud going in,
The drop again,
gets
the
the
second
Bud
drop.
bomb.
Oh, we'd love to see the Bob Bomb second drop from Patchouli this game, though. This is really uncharacteristic, and Juxta caught in there, just can't find the movement to get in. They are going to probably just try to rush in a little bit here through the doors. Good distraction from 2 will allow a little bit of a gap here, but Raph is watching onto that huge damage into 1 here. Even manages to get Yalin for his troubles here, but they do have an uber advantage to play with, so there's nothing to rush here if you are Garda. 3 rounds up, 17 minutes, they're chilling.
Perfect start for a game for Garda. They really haven't been having the most fun in this season. Let's see how that Uber goes now. Demo straight in, wrong side for the gun, but Bud is going to pick it up. Lots of time on point as the soldiers aggress, trying to get onto this heavy. But no, they're just going to get time on point again.
What does Medic keep doing this? I feel like I see these things all the time when I'm like, how are you just allowed to do that? But it's such a smart play, right? Like, you're just not expected to do that. There's basically 1 sticky that's blocking you from the point. You think the heavy is going to clean up that scout so fast, but you know, Menix just does that AD strafe and just manages to kind of outplay them a little bit. So 4-0 up on a push that was doomed to fail. It's looking really good from Garda here. They've been pretty good on the mid so far. Let's see if they can keep their thunder going here.
Soldier aggression again. Bud holding and gets the med. Again, it's just been a masterclass from these soldiers on process at the moment, trying to keep Fios alive. And he will survive so much. Scout's a little bit low, but Scar, he's on the prowl. He's gonna not guess anything.
He's just going to take that 103 damage beat shot straight from Menix. That's very unlucky for him. It was a good little play idea from him to try to get in, but they're just going to recontest this on Garda, try to get in as much as possible. There was a little attempt there to try to get in from Raph, but didn't end up working. So Garda going to retake this mid quite happily. They do have a decent advantage, but Patchouli building this up well, should get this for last. Their position not really looking like they want to stay in onto second here.
Bud jumping in, making some space. His team a little bit slow behind him, and he's going to get hooked down. I don't think that's going to matter too much. Kelly gets dangerously low there. That would be almost guaranteed a round if he goes down here, but Ubers have started to equalize here. Looks like 3.5 stars want to make a play. Soldier jumps in. They're going to get the force. How many of their players can get out alive? At the moment, it's looking like all of them. And they're going to do a really good defense of second. Bud trying to sway this, but all he can sway is into the arms of death. Raph trying to get some space at the moment, and Menix is going to be forced out of choke. Second point to 3.5 stars.
There is a little Grix lurking around in this IT area, but there's going to be 2 3.5 stars players walking onto him. This man is not able to stay in here, so they've cleared out the flank here. There should be 3.5 stars able to get into this mid. They do have a reasonable Uber advantage here, so they need to kind of respect this a little bit on guard, and that is exactly what they do. They move back up to second, but already on 80% Uber here on Fios. It looks like they should be able to get this any second now. Going to play conservative into just play this spam war at the start, make sure they can't get in for free.
Raph jumping in, buying some space, but Fios and his scout, they want to go aggressive. They take down Deli, and Patchouli just gets in time, and they're going to look for the trade, looking slightly better on the side of Garda, obviously, with that demo. That's most of your DM. And 3.5 stars backing up, playing a bit passive. Garda, they want to walk in here. They're taking some damage, but it looks like it's going their way.
Yeah, I just want to point out a small thing that I don't think was caught on the camera there. There were some really nice traps from Shappy. He just had top IT and bottom IT trapped near that post fight. So he knew anyone who might try to come in from a play there is just going to take a tremendous amount of damage from stickies or just die to them. And I think that worked really well. It meant that, you know, no counterplay could come in, and they were just able to really repush for free. So really well played there from the whole team. To just kind of figure that out, figure out that positioning pretty well. They do have a tiny advantage, but I don't think it's really pushable here if you are Garda. They are 4 rounds up as well, so they're definitely not in the position that they need to do anything. I think this is probably going to have to be on 3.5 stars potentially to try to push out. 13 minutes remaining. It is possible to at least draw it here, but they need to kind of get something going, and they need to get it going now. As I say that, we get a lovely pause.
Yeah, a bit of a caster curse there. I was just thinking, if you're Garda here, do you just stay on mid? Because your mids have been going pretty well, and at the moment you have no reason to push, like you said. So do you just let it go back to another mid? You just kind of chill, let them sack in, see if they do anything dumb, and then if they do, you've got that final round for free.
I mean, potentially, I would say, that's what they would do. But this team, I don't think really likes staying around. I think they would rather have this, 5-0, just get in, get it over with. And I mean, Bud and Grix are looking pretty healed right now. And I think they might be looking to send some bombs. But I think if these players in IT from 3.5 stars get spotted, I think they will probably want to back out and maybe just take that fight instead. And then that will probably end up slowing things down a little bit. But we'll see how things go. Grix is in the position to do the bomb from the crates, right? Do a little skip jump up through chokes, then that really big fade bomb round, and then maybe Bud comes in as that secondary bomb. I think that's what might happen. Then they can just chill. They can just go back. They can play to leave into IT, leave into choke, send some traps with Shappy, and then just leave onto second. And then you've got to try to push onto second and 3.5 stars. And if they fail, you can come back in into mid as well, right? So we might see, a bit of back and forth chess playing here, but I expect him to go aggressive on Garda.
Yeah, we have been informed by Mr. Producer himself that this is a Garda pause, which is interesting so long into a game you're doing very dominantly. So that possibly rules out tactical pause, would you say?
I doubt it. I think it's usually net issues, right? I mean, I know Menex has net issues. I know Yalan has had net issues in the past. It's not unheard of for some of these players to have internet issues. So I assume that most of the time.
So nearly round ending. If Garda convert this, we go to our second map. But for now, I guess we wait and see what's gonna happen in the end of this one. 3.5 stars, they can still come back, but it's going to be a tough ask and a half. So.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, especially on process, right? I mean, it's some of the fastest TF2 and some of the slowest as well at some points, right? I mean, that last point can be such a difficult push sometimes. I mean, they've been really good on Garda actually, managing to do some interesting plays and get those guns pretty early. So maybe not such an issue for them, but it just feels like if you've got the right setup, it can be sometimes just slamming your head against the wall, and they can kind of set up really well on all points. There's no real point that's a bit weaker, and you'd rather go to last. You can kind of hold second pretty well. You can hold mid pretty well. You can hold last really well. So you're not too bothered about holding on any of these points, and they can take it as slow as they potentially want.
It seems for the last point with the new dispenser and sentry gunspot, I don't know if it's new or not, but I feel like I've only been seeing it over the past couple of seasons where you put the dispenser in front of point there. As soon as you have that set up and you can have your medic sat in there, that hold, it's somewhat invincible and really hard to get on it. I can remember a sniper making an incredible play at, I think it was I-69, where he shoots through the dispenser, but really difficult to get onto the medic when you have that set up. And that's not really something 3.5 stars have managed to get in their last defenses.
Yeah, we are back into the game here. The bombs did come in. There is a Grix just chilling behind here a little bit. We'll see if he wants to go in for something. It's just instantly deleted by Jug, so there absolutely no chance of getting anything without a huge amount of pressure here. So it's now on the 3.5 stars side to go in. Good damage on to Fios. He does get forced there by a little flank through sewers. Doesn't even have to bomb in. Just get some nice consistent rockets here. Menex also going down there. So 2 down. Uber's still in favor though. Actually, am I lying? Did Ubers come out, or is my HUD broken? I don't know.
Yeah. Ubers have both come out at this point. I think that was a little bit of a trade. 3.5 stars getting a better one, and they will take the midpoint for it. Possibly looking for a little bit more. Yeah, they're going in as Grits straight onto the medic, Patchouli dancing around, getting quite low, but not low enough. But Garda thinking about protecting second, but no, deciding better to stay last. Of course, they have the time, they have the rounds on their side, so it's all up to 3.5 stars.
Yeah, I think it was less of the decision and more that both scouts went down there. They are pressuring onto this, and last point, the soldiers, the last defense, we even see the saw and the sword come out, and 3.5 stars managing to come back, bring around, get a bit of morale onto that team, and see if they can carry things on. They do still have about 11.5 minutes left on the clock, so I think they can probably do something. They can probably put a good amount of pressure here on this Garda side. If they kind of roll these next couple of mids and get this onto last, they have a huge chance coming in here, Anti.
Yeah, it all comes off that force after the failed sack attempt. So really nice aggression from 3.5 stars, doing really well. Can they change their mids to soldier very deep in? Patchouli going into sewers to hide, but Bud all the way behind at the moment, just waiting for the right time. Opens door, sees Patchouli, tries to get a rocket off, but will be satisfied to get Belly instead. Patchouli still very low, like the rest of the 3.5 stars roster, but staying in. 2 soldiers for a soldier in a demo seems a little bit of a Garda-sided trade at the moment, and they'll be holding point, trying to get some space. QB trying to get some space, but he will be pushed out. Low health bars on most of the 3.5 stars side, and they will just be forced out.
Yeah, I mean, they just wanted to stay in there, see if they could get someone who's overextending on Garda, right? They know they need these rounds, so they need to turn things around at least a little bit. So I think that was their plan, is just to try to stay in. Maybe Shappy overextends over point and the scouts can go into them, but that is not what ended up happening. Actually, what forced them out in the end was Patchouli getting balled. He just took a ball to the face and was like, absolutely not am I staying in here. He ran straight back into sewers, and they are forced onto this second point. The heal's really good here on the side of Garda, but they actually use the Uber aggressively on 3.5 stars and want to get something proactive happening here. Juggster looking like he's going to get juggled in, and that's exactly what happens. The Uber's so much longer here for Garda, but they've got a couple of players in, not really getting the picks they wanted. As I say that, Grix managed to get a headshot rocket onto Patchouli, takes him down. Bud onto Delhi, however, and now this is turning things around, looking better for Garda here, keeping their heals alive, obviously going to extend their fight. Scar not able to connect enough damage to really get anything, and now this is looking good for Garda. They're going to want to take this into last, but they're going to have about 50% advantage onto this this last point, and I think they've only failed one Uber advantage push onto last so far, so the odds are looking ever in their favor.
Is my HUD right? And Grits was playing soldier there because he almost did a spy play. He's sitting in IT. He gets the force. He survives somehow, runs all the way around, and unbeknownst to 3.5 stars, just walks up, kills their medic. What a life on soldier there. Just wins the play single-handedly.
Do see the Uber push come out here. It's pretty standard as per usual. Good cap time coming out early. Manix does get caught out in the end, though. The aggression, a little more huge damage by Delhi. They're just able to get cleaned up by Juxta and QB there. Some huge things coming out. An absolute demolishment of a defense.
They got the presence on the point there. Menex did his best bullet dodging abilities, not quite guessing it though. Delhi goes down here.
Yeah, he was pushed all the way to try to trap those forward spawns, but Soldier just managed to get through. He only managed to get one sticky down, so the demo going down might be the end for it. Nice arrow onto Bud there from Fierce. Oh, and a nice snipe from Yalin is going to take down a Raft as well. Bud, it wants to chase deep. So does Shappy. Everyone is going in here. They want this scout. QB will go down. The taunt even coming out. The disrespect. Patchouli, though, he's out alive. He's chilling. 100% Uber. Is a bit of an advantage here, but with only really Delhi defending him right now, they're going to want to get in. They're going to want to try to see if they can get force potentially.
Grits all the way behind. They get the force, and Delhi will pay for his life. That's not how 3.5 stars wanted this to go. Grits will eventually go down, but big advantage into Garda's hands. Only problem on their side, they do have a sniper. Probably should either go and die here or go to spawn. Change off at the moment. Seems like he's just gonna stay as Uber comes out. Rat immediately dying. They've got presence on point. They can wrap to the left side where they've got so much damage from Shappy and Bud. And this looks like a round if I've ever seen one. And it is.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that because they didn't even have Grix up. He was just, rolling out. and they also had that Gallon sniper as well, but they went for it. And it seemed to work there. Bud even managed to get a Minecraft pickaxe kill from it, so he'll be happy with that. But they do take that 5-1, looking better for Garda than I would have expected. The score lines we've seen in previous weeks, Garda lost 6-0 to the team that 3.5 stars managed to draw to. So yeah, I don't know what's happening. 3.5 stars. Maybe it's just process, but looking shaky on that first map.
I'm gonna say that's Garda there. They looked so much better than their last games from what I'd seen, and really showing some good form. I think at the start of the season, Garda was one of the dark horses to take that Prem playoffs spot if they could have a good season. And at the moment, it's looking more likely that they'll get into these playoffs, which of course are Sans witness. Have we got some logs on screen, Mr. Producer?
We can have a little bit of a look through these here. I mean, I think the biggest thing that decided a couple of these rounds were these 2 drops by Patchouli. I mean, I think both on last potentially. I can't remember. I remember at least one of them was on last. It was Yalin managed to come in, find that little cheeky cleanup shot after his soldier had bombed in, and yeah, I think a second one was maybe when they were trying to push into second, and yeah, Patchouli unfortunately just dropped. It's just not what you want. Garda with 5 more Ubers. That's just going to win you 4 more rounds, right? When you have that many more Ubers. I mean, the scouts doing reasonably well from the 3.5 stars side, but yeah, I don't know. They're just not able to really get too much else happening throughout. There's no, amazing players, and they just looked reasonably consistent on the Garda side. Obviously, process not a soldier map, so your Roman not doing so well as pretty expected. Grix and Scar both getting a reasonably high amount of deaths, but yeah, that's to be seen. But yeah, the 2 deaths compared to 7 on Patchouli, I think that's really what broke this game down.
I think for you for this game, you definitely have to attribute 2 of those rounds to Menex and just his pure dancing skills on point. Neither of those rounds should have gone through, but either his ability or 3.5 stars struggling to kill him definitely caused them to go through. And go on.
I was just going to say, I think it's mostly heads-up game sense from Menex. Particularly, I mean, he sees these opportunities. He sees if he loses his life here, it's probably not going to change anything. Oh my god,
Yeah.
my Alexa is going off.
Really nice turn from Garda as we move to map 2, which is Metalworks.
Yeah, this should be an interesting one. I mean, I'm hoping to see some air shots out of this map, if nothing else. I have watched enough Bud Frag videos to know he loves going for the air shots on those double bombing soldiers.
A little bit smaller of a mid-fight than Process normally has, so could be good with the big soldier bombs and the ability to airshot, like you said. Chaos at the moment on pre-game sniper. Let's hope he's on medic for this game. I don't really think Garda are gonna go for anything that inventive, but maybe one day we'll see the snipers return to full-time sixes. It'll be a dark day.
I hope not. I really, really hope not. I mean, what do you think they need to change on 3.5 stars here? Do you think it's mid, last, or just a combination of a lot of things?
I think for a lot of these mids, they're just all getting in kill corners. Either Deli goes for the normal or fast rollout, and then he just gets spammed into the kill corner, or he'll go for the slower one for the right side mid, and then just all the 3.5 stars are just sitting in that kill corner as well. And these soldier bombs have been so brutal, especially with Blood going behind.
Yeah, we are onto this first mid. It is Garda leading so far. We'll see if 3.5 stars can bring anything back. Some good damage there onto the medic, but the bombs are coming through early from both sides. Raph does go down a little early, and a lot of the high ground taken from Garda here. I don't know if there's really much they can do on the side of 3.5 stars to take back this positioning. No, they are eventually just going to leave back onto second. Medics did not go down on either side. Patchouli not building nearly as well as Fios there. Obviously, they're not going to know this, but if they decided to go in super aggressively here, they could definitely get something going.
Bud looking to try and get the big air shot there on Delhi, but can't quite do it. I don't think 3.5 stars will go in for this, but they're looking for a little bit of Ali presence at the moment. Walking up, are we going to see a rack sack? No, he's going to jump away, and 3.5 stars still staying in here, as they kind of have the 2.5 space between second and mid, but Menek's getting a kill on QB. That's going to stop that immediately in 3.5 stars. They're back on second. We're back to normality of players playing around points instead of playing around an area, as the double soldiers coming in, and they haven't really got too much from it.
Yeah, they've also got Yalin just stuck in behind here, manages to trade out for Jugster, luckily, so that's a reasonable pick, but they're still going to have a 2-player advantage here, and I don't think there's really a huge amount of chance that they're able to stay in here on the side of Garda. They're doing a little bit, trying to do some damage, trying to slow things down as much as they can, wait for these spawners to get up, but they are forced to trade places here, so now 3.5 stars are taking back that mid. Garda going to be on second. We'll see if they want to aggress here the same as we did see 3.5 stars do.
And Grit's going in far, but QB is going to shell him down. And I think the momentum just continues. Maybe a double soldier sack here is probably better. It's one of the more well-known parts of sending 2 soldiers through alley on this map, and here we go. Both soldiers in the air, one high, one low, and they don't really get anything, but they do get a lot of space.
Yeah, Delhi has just made a dungeon in lower that whole time. He was looking for a pipe onto, you know, a medic, a scout, anything they could really go on and just follow up, but I don't think that bomb really maybe got the distance or onto anyone overextending they were hoping for on 3.5 stars, but it's a reasonably nice set play, and I do like that, and I'd like to see them do it again potentially. They obviously wanted to save their lives once they saw nothing was going to really come from that play in the end, but they are putting Delhi into house this time, so no one can flank behind them. That is a big risk you face. Bomb does come in, this is a real committal, and the force does come out. Theos has to use here, I was going to say, but Manix manages to chase it under, and doesn't manage to get the force. Too many players turn their heads and look at him. Delhi, though, going down as well. That's not too shabby of a pick. They lose 3 now as well. Oh no, this surely is going to be a force throughout this pressurement.
Yeah, Demo on his own looking in that right house, but he gets took down. Scout walks through, and Patchouli not in a position to arrow or to get the force onto him. But Garda, they chased a little bit too far, and they definitely found out, and that 3-player advantage turned into just a 3 versus 3, and one team has Uber. So 3.5 stars, they're gonna take second, and now they can look at their last push.
Yeah, things are coming pretty close here, though. We are looking like we're about to get Uber on Theos. I don't know if 3.5 stars know this. They do take down Cricks early, so this is definitely the right decision to keep pressuring in, see if they can find anything else there. Bud going down as well, stuck in a corner, trying to get an early bomb onto Juxta, but doesn't manage to secure anything here. Ubers do come out from both teams. Scar does go down, so it's a trade 2 for 1 here for the 3.5 star side. Delhi has made another dungeon, this time on point, just absolutely covered it with 8 stickies. QB going down as well. Surely this is 3.5 stars now leaving. With Delhi down, 100% is going to be.
I was just laughing at Scar have the worst time in existence while facing a pyro as a soldier being sent to the sky dimension, but really nice defense from Garda there. Especially considering 2 players down, and now the push out from them is going to get Wrath, but they're going to trade for a soldier. Demo looking really low and will be took down, and this is a disaster. Garda getting forced all the way back to last.
Yeah, it's so hard to push out of Metalworks last here. It just feels sometimes like it's just so choky. Oh my goodness, I think 3 players just bombed in onto Theos and Bud there and absolutely destroyed them. There was absolutely no chance they were getting out of that alive. Those 2 picks really came into play. The momentum just shifted onto 3.5 stars, and they were able to push in with 6 healthy players. And yeah, they will take that round looking a lot better than they did on that process game.
That was almost a product style sack wave there, straight onto Patchouli for Guy. But Garda, they kept on losing players hemorrhaging them just all throughout that last push, and they're gonna lose Shappy.
Oh, that was such a beef though. Scar should have got that pick for free and been able to jump out. Luckily his demo man is able to follow up, but he missed two crucial rockets after doing a lovely skip jump through. Garda looking like they are going to take this first mid. It's going to be on 3-on-3 here, so we'll see, you know, battle of scouts. Who can focus up? Who can take down the scouts a little bit better here? Is Yalin the first casualty here? So 3.5 stars actually going to end up taking that mid for themselves. It would look like they are pressuring in though, still a little bit anti.
Yeah, both teams really not wanting to leave this mid. Garda losing Yellen there was a bit of a disaster in the scout 2v2 with Beam, but it's gonna equalize a little bit now. It's Garda holding second again, 3.5 stars. Are they going to set up this set play that it seemed to be going okay? Got the force last time, but at the moment, neither team really wanting to pressure the other that hard. 3.5 stars starting to meander into position, get their soldiers a nice big buff, and they can sort of think about what they want to do from here.
Well, what they want to do is bomb in once again. Raph decides not to go for that committal. They are just looking maybe to get some space behind. They have got one behind Scar. It's just chilling. Oh, a drop comes out onto Patchouli again. Bud comes in with a massive bomb and actually drops that medic. That's huge stuff from him here. They just overstayed their welcome on 3.5 stars, and Bud manages to come round, find that play. So Patchouli dropping once again. Has really struggled so far this game, but I don't know if he really had the info to do anything about that one, unfortunately. Raph tries to come in but can't find that force onto Fios here, so Garda now straight back in the driving seat.
That bomb, even I was caught off guard. I was watching the soldier adventures behind, and then I see the cheeky little bind that Bud has every time he does a play. And now it's a big swing of momentum. Manix and his team walking on to second, and with big disadvantage for the side of 3.5 stars. This could be around.
You say big disadvantage, 90% already on Patchouli here, and they're building even closer, taking their time on Garda. Looks like they're going to push, or they just want to sack it. I'm really unsure of their intentions here. It looks like it's just going to be a sack play. They want to get some info. They want to see where that gun is so they can, set up that play. And they found the gun here.
I don't really know too much about sentry placement on Metalworks. Is this a normal place to put it, or I guess Jokester moving it now? But now I'm confused about this spot. Where does the gun go on this map?
Yeah, so I mean, originally, right, you don't want to move your gun while they still have that chance of pressuring it, so building up on that right-hand side kills everything from main. The only way you can really do it is to get far on that right-hand side and try to spam it down, but you'll usually have a soldier watching it there. So the gun now watches a little further to that left side, and also close on right, so no one can peek through that right door. If you do lose a soldier, it also allows way better protection of your medic, who can just stand on this wall with the dispenser and gives a lot more coverage here. Surprised to not see anyone on this far left-hand side, along with a sniper. Scar eventually does take this position, but it's going to be a sniper v sniper. We do have Yalin versus QB here, so we'll see who can get the first kill here. Some good damage coming out from Yalin, but Shappy actually going to be the first death here. It's a little overextending in that shutters, trying to get onto Delhi.
Oh, this is going to be a disaster for Garda. Losing your demo man, you have to play so defensively, and now nothing stops QB from just taking so much space, walking in, he's going to have a look at this sideline, but decides otherwise he's going to go for a little bit more of a passive angle and then just back out in entirety as Shappy rejoins his team as a happy and healthy demo man.
Yeah, Bud going down as that first casualty again, just losing that player on guard. It just slows things down so much, right? You got to wait about 25 seconds to get your full team back and ready to push. Scar goes for a counter bomb though. It's going to get himself a nice 15-second respawn. So if they want to do something on this, they definitely can. Maybe pressure and get Bud coming in for that late bomb would be, I think, probably the ideal play. They do have Yalin taking up this right-hand side. I think they kind of know he's there, but Soldier manages to get through without being sticky down. Yeah, eventually Delhi gets on him as he tries to go back through. No real chance of him surviving that one.
QB taking this really aggressive left side angle. here looking for something, but Garda already out. We've got an amount of time left. I think my HUD is broken. I can look at TFTVs.
It's about 2 minutes.
Yeah. This has been a bit messy of a last push. It seems like Garda have really been the ones defending more than they have been attacking. And yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just when that first bit comes out, right? There's so many doors, right? There's 4 doors to look at on Metalworks. So if you don't have someone to watch that door, you need to back out to a place that's easier to defend on Garda and just kind of reset things. They are going to have about a minute left for a play, usually about that minute to 40 seconds sort of time. We do see the trades coming through. We do see a lot of aggression coming in. Scar should be taken down here. Hit the shot, please, Medic. Can't manage to find that pick onto Scar. Somehow managed to get out with his own life as well there, but really unfortunate that they didn't get that early pick here. A minute 20 remaining, still trying to play this sniper a little bit. QB will go down. Yalin managing to find that headshot on him. Pretty standard play for your sniper to go, so now he's just going to be looking for any other picks he can really get. Trying to move players. Our position is Menex here. Oh, but they actually lose 2 for it. Both Grix and Menex go down here, and they want to go aggressive. Deli into this lobby, taken down reasonably low. He needs to be a little bit careful about his life, but we have a Waddle Soldier as well, going to force Chappie out with only a minute remaining. Surely we are going to see the Uber exchange coming out.
Waddle Soldier, I just saw a Waddle Engineer walking into lobby there, shotgun out. He was ready for war, but with 40 seconds left, surely 3.5 stars, they can just park the bus, sit on last, wait for things to happen. Patchouli has his safety dispenser, there's gun next to it. This is all you could want for a defense here. And they're thinking of walking in here. They have to do something, and Chappie going down is not a great start for them.
I'm very surprised they've decided not to at least try to mount some sort of push here, right? 15 seconds remaining. This is the time that you do it. They do eventually do it on these last remaining seconds. Do get the force out, but you've just got to play point here, Menex. You've got no, no other real chance of getting the round unless you do it. He does eventually go down as well to a nice pipe by Deli, and this should be the round reset coming in. There are just enough players around to deal with it on 3.5 stars. And they are going to take it back to another mid. 16 minutes remaining. Only 1 round so far has gone the way of 3.5 stars.
Bud tried his best there. He got so much damage on his little Bud bomb, but his team couldn't quite get anything, going in 1 by 1, trying to sack for point. And we have reset the rounds. It's time for Garda to go and have their mid-fight with 3.5 stars. 16 minutes to go. Scar with the big kill on Chappie there.
Yeah, he tried that last bit, but didn't manage to hit his rockets. This time he hits them perfectly well. Oh, it's huge damage onto Patchouli though as well. It's going to go down. Feels living for now. Has to be a little bit careful, as there is definitely going to be a chase on, but with 2 scout buddies around, I don't think they are too worried. They've been very good at protecting their medics so far, but some good damage coming out onto these scouts. Even on the B, Menex will get taken down, and now it's going to be Fios with the sword in his hand. They overstayed their welcome there. Really well played from 3.5 stars, managing to focus down those players. Just 1 ran over point, ran ran up the ramp, and it just worked out perfectly for them. So now 3.5 stars actually is looking a little better for them. They are going to be coming in to try to push the second with an Uber
advantage. He dies from 98% Uber. Those 2 swords getting him that 50%, but Yellen stepping a bit too far forward away from the beam and gets punished, and the players on Garda, they're working together. Well, the players on 3.5 stars working really well together to just separate the scouts and get them into 1v1 or 1v2 fights and just get the win there. And now it's all changed. We have Patchouli with full Uber, we have Fios with no Uber. As the last fight comes in.
Yeah, they take down that sentry gun early. Grix also just was instantly bombed on by Raph and gets 2 shot here. Some picks coming out from both sides. We'll see how if they can win. Nice pipes by Deli though. Ooh, but Bud managing to clutch up for now, but no, Raph will come in from behind. He didn't even know he was there, and they are managing to take a second round on 3.5 stars. This is looking so much better for them on this map.
Yeah. You can really tell whose map is who. 3.5 stars having a little bit better aggression, whereas last map it was Garda leading with all of that. The mids look a lot more concrete. Even with Patchouli going down, they seem fairly comfortable on them, working really well. As we go to the fourth mid-range of the game.
Yeah, Scar went for that same bomb again, didn't quite find the damage he wanted to, and this time it managed to get out for pretty free. They are going to trade a couple players on both sides. Raph just doing so much this game. It's in behind. Grix with a nice little air shot there, though. At least you have something there, Grix, to say for your mid here. Both medics haven't gone down during this, though, so it's going to be a bit of a scrappy fight here. The players' numbers a little bit better. 3.5 stars, but their health not so good. A nice bomb in is going to take Grix down so low. He does eventually, you know, claim his own death here. But it's such a scrappy long fight. Deli, though, taking down Yalen should secure things up for 3.5 stars here.
Yeah, 3.5 stars, managing to find all of the health backs on mid, slurping them up, getting themselves to better health, and Raph rejoining the fight, taking out the soldier who was looking at Deli, and that's mid one, as they can focus on second.
Bud nearly managed to get Deli there. I was a little scared for him. Doesn't manage to take him down in the end, but is posturing really, really well to just keep things going here. Look like they might be able to mount a push here on 3.5 stars, but no, some really nice damage by Bud. Just keeps them in this round, forces Deli out, means they can't let their set play happen. And now, but if you're on Garda, you kind of want to sack, right? 3.5 stars, they've gone back to mid. They know they have, you know, an advantage here. There's no reason for them to overextend too fast, do too many plays. They're just going to take things slow, look for that opportunity. That opportunity looked to be trying to take Grix down. It will be a bomb in here. Not able to do anything early. They're just trying to maybe bait out a player, and that player is Grix. Deli managing to get some nice stickies there. So that is one less soldier player here, one less set of spam, one less player that can bomb you high. But here come the soldier bombs in deep here. It's going to be Scar and Raph in deep. Raph gets taken down. Scar trying to go for some damage, see if they can find another pick to equalize things up. It doesn't look like it's going to happen now. And there's so much pressure under from a Garda here, but slowed down just enough by Deli to keep things looking a-okay for the 3.5 star side.
3.5 stars need to be careful here. They're getting a little bit separated, going for fights against more players than their own side, but things even out. Garda not able to work with those picks at the moment, and they're forced back onto their second, and it's not going so well for them on this map. They were very dominant on process, but Metalworks seems to be the hole in their armor, so to speak. What would you say needs to change, Stephen?
I mean, I don't think they're making any major mistakes, right? I just think sometimes their plays aren't working. They're losing 3 players in a sack, potentially. I think we've seen a lot, right? The plays that have worked most is Bud just bombing around the corner. But they're just not able to really do that. I think they maybe just don't have the game knowledge they do on process on this map, as we see the double soldier bomb come in once again, trying to just get that player who watches. Oh my god, there's a scout onto the medic. It's just a scout running at fields. It was Juxta, doesn't manage to hit a single shot. However, so we'll go down. This gives Garda a little bit of an opportunity to try to pressure their Iron Valley here. So this is kind of what they need to do. They need to find some damage on something, and then they need to clean up on it by a soldier. Good damage onto Deli. If they can find an opportunity to get someone in through house here, this might be huge. Taking a 2v1 here is Raph. Managing to take down one at least. It will take down 100 health from Rex. QB coming in should be able to clean him up, and that is exactly what happens here. Now Garda, 2 players down. This is exactly what keeps going wrong for them. They might even lose medics here. Taken down dangerously low, and yes, Jugster can find that pick here. So, oh, nice double pipe from it. Shappy is going to take him down, but the rest of 3.5 stars just able to come in and they're just steamrolling it now, right?
Surely this could end up being a round. Soldier jumping in, sent to the Shadow Realm, but Dali going down as well is probably going to stop the 3.5 stars aggression. That play before, it was going so well. Bud bombed around a corner, but the thing that seems to be different is Grit going in straight onto Raph and will get the pick, but it's a trade with Yellen going down, now Ubers are being forced out, and this game is getting a little bit messy, wouldn't you say?
It is definitely a scrappy one here, right? I mean, you just need to get in here if you're Garda, right? So they're just going for ballsy plays, left, right, and center, and they're sometimes working out, they're sometimes not. They do eventually get the point here, but they're 3 down on Garda, so I don't know if it's really going to mean anything. Maybe just going to slow down the game a little bit. They did force out the Uber Patchouli during all of this, but no, the drop from Raph. He's been absolutely massive this game. Struggled a little bit last time, but he's just been so good so far in this game. Manages to drop Theos there. So 3.5 stars, just going to bunker back, hold that Uber advantage they've now gained, and probably re-push from it.
Big spawn timers on both Theos, but also the 3.5 star soldiers. This is going to get Garda quite a bit of space at the moment. Grit's going in, get some damage on Patchouli, can't quite get the last rocket though. And it was a good attempt from Garda. They got a lot of space, but in the end, kind of just fizzled out, players dying one by one. Now spawn timers, it's not going in the favor of Garda as 3.5 stars. They can just roll that second point and straight into last with full ad.
Yeah, taking down Bud as well here is going to be really bad. QB already standing on this point. They should be able to take down a player here. Do get Yalin for their troubles here. Now should just chill a little bit, get those kills, and that's exactly what they do. Deli managed to get a nice little 2k with his pipes, and then that's pretty much all they need. Good damage, good point time, good pressure, and they are going to be up 3-0 here. 7.5 minutes remaining. Technically possible here. But from the form we've seen Garda on so far, I think they're going to struggle.
I think one of the differences between Garda and 3.5 stars on this map is 3.5 stars, when they go in for their sacks or their bombs, they're not losing players, where Garda, they're losing the players that bomb in and more. Like going on Theos very low at the moment, but it's Garda who have all of the pick advantages. Patchouli very low, but will be able to limp away. Good mid from Garda, and now they must have like one of the best runs in a Prem match to convert and get us at least to a golden cap.
I've seen Bud do this before. This is it. Surely theirs to have here. We'll see what they can really make of things here. They do have even Ubers here, but they have sent 3.5 stars all the way back to last. They are looking to pressure. Maybe just need to wait for Bud a little bit. Looking at doing a little bit of scouting, looking for an opportunity to come in here. They do have a heavy, no sentry gun. So if you wanted to come in, trade this Uber and try to get on the point, this is probably what you need to do here. Do force the Uber out, 3.5 stars. They come in aggressively, but probably going to have to leave here. And Raph is just able to walk forward. Uber manages to get Manix. He couldn't escape it. The bombs do come in, but both taken down. Grix and Bud sent back to the Shadow realm. There's not much more game here for them. And look at this. Shappy even going to be caught out here. It's going to be 3.5 stars. Absolutely steamrolling through the entire rest of this second point.
Theos reconvening with his scouts. He is going to get out. That was a really nice push out from 3.5 stars. Garda just hemorrhage players on an Uber trade. I think Menex's dancing feet not quite getting him out. But game sort of stabilizing at the moment. 3.5 stars holding their second point. Garda still in control of the midpoint, and because they use Uber first, are going to have a little bit of an advantage walking forward. Can they get onto Patchouli, land one rocket? But no, Patchouli's still alive, and the fight has started to turn.
Yeah, now it's back to 3.5 stars. Raph even managed to get in behind there, so managed to take down the medic. And look at this, it's just Yalin and Menix. We'll see if they can do anything. Yalin was in such a nice little hiding spot before he might have been to get out here, but Deli just jumped into a double scout combo. Let's see if they can hit enough shots here to win anything. Unfortunately, they do use Yalin early there, so it's just Menix, and he can't do anything. QB manages to take him down now on a nice little 4k. They're just able to turn the tide so well here on 3.5 stars. It feels like they're just playing the fights a little bit better as like a combo, and just, I don't know, it's just a bit cleaner overall, I think.
A bit cleaner when they don't sack their demo into 2 scouts, wouldn't you say?
They still won it though, right? That's just a Delhi play. I've casted enough Delhi to know that Delhi just sometimes does this. He either feeds or beasts, and that's what you get from Delhi. But he's one of the most entertaining demos to watch it. Both Grix and Shappy taken down. They're just trying to make anything happen here on Garda, but losing 2 players is just going to give such a huge advantage. 3.5 stars. They've tried to get onto this point to lose Scar down a little bit faster than the rest of his team here, but I think that will probably be the only pit they get. QB either managing to take down Bud here, was stuck in the corner, not really able to do anything. Luckily, Grix and Shappy going to be up now. Ubers are even if 3.5 stars do decide to push here.
For 3 minutes 40 left on the clock, they don't even have to. They can just hold all of the doors here and wait. It's up for Garda to do anything here. Of course, round reset not going to be happening before. We do have an off class though. We do have a sneaky Frenchman on the sneaky Frenchman class on the spy.
I do love seeing a sneaky Frenchman here. It's Scar as well, so a soldier, not someone they're expecting. So if they are counting and they can't do scouts, it's going to be a bit weird there. They are sending some early aggression. How is he on point? How is
He decloaks in front of the soldier. The soldier shoots him. And he still gets a backstab. Fios presenting his back to be stabbed. And then they just cap instantly.
Yeah, Juxta just pressured in from that side and just ran straight to point. With that spy distraction, they just had absolutely no idea what was happening on the side of Garda here. We'll see if they come up with some creative mids here now, right? Is it just Scar this time? Scar has done this every mid. He absolutely loves going in and going deep here. Now, this is just for the logs, if they could really have anything to say about it. I mean, it's not too much going on. Garda looking at strong once more. They've been reasonably okay on these mids. The mids have not been the issue. It's just been really pushing into second, right, was their major difficulty, and pushing out of the points. Yeah, they just kept hemorrhaging players, as you put it earlier.
I guess it's a little bit of an ego thing. After getting beaten kind of hard, you want to get that 5-0 before time can run out, but it doesn't look to be. Garda will hopefully for them get a consolidation round and show that they can get through the 3.5 stars defense that's looked so impenetrable today. Uber coming out on this left side is just going to be answered back. Soldier single Ubers not really going to get any big advantages on either side. The Wrath tries to have a look for things, but Delhi gets caught out here, which is a big pick. They even get Wrath as well.
Yeah, 2 nice picks. Could be a potential round here. Bud does go in a little bit solo. Good damage coming out here from the soldiers of 3.5 stars. Juxta managing to clean up, going on a bit of a screen now. Managed to get a nice little 4K last defense. I mean, this has just been the map for 3.5 stars. This was 100% their map pick. So at the end of this game, this is going to come out as a 3-3, right? A very dominant sweep from both sides. A 5-1 on our first map to Garda, and then it's going to be, a 4-0, potentially a 4-1. We do still have a minute remaining on this map for 3.5 stars, trying to do something. If minutes keeps feeling like this, we'll definitely be seeing that. But this is interesting for 3.5 stars. Not really maybe what they want. They wanted to come along with those, that 6-0, but getting those 3 points is one step closer to playoffs. And having that game tomorrow, if they can kind of continue this momentum and, maybe play some Metalworks against Havoc, could have a good opportunity to come in, get those 6-0, get those points, and bring themselves one step closer to playoffs here. But it'll be rough for Garda. Not been the best start of a season for them so far. I mean, they're looking at 6-0 loss, 6-0 loss, and now only 3 points in this map that they were hoping to take 6 on after that first map. It's rough.
It's gotta be rough. 3.5 stars, another 3-3 game. This one not going to Golden Caps and looking a lot more definitive on their map pick. And I guess for Garda, some consolidation after 2 losses. It's gotta be nice to get at least 3 points. But these are big games. These are games against teams that all should be looking at the top half of the Prem table, and at the moment it's not really looking too good. No team being amazingly conclusive in a full game, apart from maybe that one game. I think Vonkov had a really good game before, but shall we have a look at some logs?
We could have a little peek at the logs before we finish things up. I think our main difference here was just Patchouli having a much better game. This game, so many more kills coming up for 3.5 stars. I think QB had an absolute stellar game. Along with Raf, managed to make some amazing plays. And I mean, just look at that damage difference between Delhi and Shappy. I think we know what Delhi's map is. His aggressive play style just works so much better on this map. Just walking forward, sending stickies onto the enemy demo man, and just absolutely disrespecting. Worked out a lot better when it's a little bit more confined, and that demo damage is really going to matter, and the soldiers can't really do too much about it, which I think maybe the biggest difference between those two maps and the performance that we saw Delhi doing. But yeah, really well played from that side of 3.5 stars. Those logs look scarily dominant.
Yeah, not the best game of Shappy's life, especially getting 26% heals over that. But I think Garda just get shut down in this map here. Everything they tried, it would just everything would just be punished, and even like a one player or two player site, there would be players dying on the flank that just allowed 3.5 stars to steamroller over them.
Yeah. I mean, good game overall. I think we do have some games happening tomorrow. Let me just scroll down and have a little look at our nice little picture of what games we do have coming up tomorrow. Oh, it is me casting it once more. We do have the other French team playing tomorrow, so we are going to be seeing four Fent playing. So we'll see how they did. The second place team from last season, probably going to be a team that's looking to do well this time, and I think they are going to be playing I think there's some confusing scheduling going on here, but it looks like they will be playing the Germans on that one. But we might have to see a little bit on production. But yeah, should be a good one overall. I mean, this season going to be one of the closest we've seen in previous seasons. No Witness Gaming. I think this is going to be an absolute banger season.
Yeah, things just get better when Witness aren't allowed to play. Maybe we should start thinking about making it a rule for the rest of the seasons to come.
I think not. I want to keep seeing that high level TF2. I think it just pushes teams to get better. I think it pushed that Mandem team to come and try to form that super team. It may not have been, the fairy dream tale that we hoped for. But I think, keeping pushing these teams, having something to strive for is definitely what we want. So hopefully we do see Witness back at some point. But yeah, I think that's all from me, really, unless you got anything you want to finish up with, Anti.
No, I'm good. Just shout out to JMax on the production.
Yep, shout out as always. Don't forget to follow for more games. We do have many games coming up throughout the rest of the season. Games on tomorrow, games on Sunday. So do not miss out on those. But that is bye for now.